Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know a lot of you are going to enjoy watching this video, and today is the day we're going to be retrofitting power fold mirrors to my BMW F20. Now, I got these at a great deal. These come off an M140i, and these are literally like brand spanking new. These were only on, I believe, 30,000 miles when they were removed from the car. So these are literally mint condition. And I'm going to be installing these to my F20. Now, my F20 didn't come with power fold mirrors, but I'm just going to let you guys into a little secret. If you have memory seats and you've also got the mirror that tilts in reverse, you'll be able to fit these with nothing else apart from coding. If you don't have memory seats and you don't have the mirror that tilts in reverse, you will need to make adaptations to the wires on the Limbus side to be able to get the power fold mirrors to work properly. Now, mine already has the Limbus because I've got a mirror that tilts in reverse and I've also got memory seats. So this is going to be a direct swap. I only have to change over the mirrors. I'm going to have to change over the switch as well, which is the window switch pack. So I've got the power fold mirror button, and I'll also have to just code VO code 430 to the FEM to be able to make these work. So I ain't going to talk anymore. We're going to go out to the car and we're going to start retrofitting these mirrors to my BMW F20 so I can have power folding mirrors.
What? Goddamn, get it done, will ya? Woo. When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes cause his memories. We running through New York so you know.
Okay guys, so we're going to be taking off the door card, and if you'll see just down here, you've got, I believe, Torx 25 bolts just underneath the door, which will be one here. You'll see where my finger is, and you'll have another one over here down the bottom as well. You also have to take off this trim, which is very easy. You just get a screwdriver and push it up into here to be able to remove this trim off here and be able to access the Torx behind here. And you also have another one located behind the trim here as well, which I'm going to pull out to be able to get the door card fully off. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start releasing all the bolts here. So these are going to be a Torx 25, and you're just going to want to capture all the bolts as you pull them out and put them to the side. That's the other one out. Now you're going to want to locate this trim up here, and you're just going to want to pry it off, and it is held on by clips. So you'll see it coming off bit by bit, like that. And you'll see it's held on by clips here. And you also have to line this when you put the door back on, like that first, before you do take that off. Now we've got that one off, now we're going to go for this one right here, which is the door handle trim. If you see, that one comes straight off very easily. And that one's off as well. Now inside here you've got Torx bolts as well, here and here, which you're going to have to release, which I believe are Torx 25 as well. So we're just going to go in there and release them. And you've also got one up here on the door as well. Now don't mix them up because they're all different sizes. So therefore, if you mix them up, the door won't go back properly. Now the next thing to do is to get the door card off. So we're going to have to pop the door card off from all the clips. So I'm going to get the tool to pop all the clips off, and your best bit is to have new clips in case you break any, to put the new ones on so the door card is properly positioned when you actually put the door card back on, so it's not flapping about. So you'll see here we're putting the tool behind the door card, and you can see there it just pops straight out, as you'll see, like that. Now as you pop the door, you just want to do that very easily, and the door card will come off. Very simple. Once the door card's off, you then want to disconnect all the connectors from behind the door. Now be careful with this, as this is the check strap. If you break that, your door won't function properly. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is take out this switch pack from here so we can get the new one in. firstly. So that's the old one now out, and this one is a 6-pin one. So if you see here, both of them are 6-pin, and one of them's got the power fold, the other one hasn't. You do need to make sure you have got the 6 pins before you actually order or do this retrofit. I already knew mine had the 6 pins because I checked on TIS, which is a technical information sheet, to make sure my car was actually fitted with this, which it is. So this is how I knew my car is ready for power fold mirrors. So I'm going to go ahead and install this one now. If you see, that one's got the power folding mirror switch, so therefore I'll have the power folding mirrors perfectly working. So now to install it, you just want to push it back down to this holder. Just like that, and that one's ready to go once we finish it. Now the next one is just to remove this trim around the window to be able to gain access to the pins right here, which we'll take out here. And this is a 5-pin mirror as well, so that means the power fold mirror will go straight in with no issues. So we're going to take this mirror off and put the new one on. They're the 2 bolts you're going to need to release. I believe they're Torx 30s, but we'll soon find out in a second when we go to remove them. But this is a 5-pin mirror, and that's the exact mirrors that I've got as well, which are 5-pin also to go on here. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is just remove these mirrors, just with the 1 bolt right there. You can't get these mixed up, and that one as well. So there's 3 bolts in total, and once that's off, the mirror should just come off very easily, just like that. And if you can see all that white stuff all around the door here from where it's never been removed, and obviously corrosion over the years where people don't clean underneath it and where it's washed. So we're going to keep these because these mirrors are still fully functioning. There's nothing wrong with these, so I'll keep them and probably just keep them as a spare. Okay, so to reinstall the mirror, it's just a simple case of just pushing the new one on. So all you're going to need to do is obviously reconnect the connector, put this little hook back in, which is to lock this casing into place, like that. That one's back on. That's the whole trim surround back in place. Then what you're going to want to do is just reattach all your door card, make sure all your clips ain't broken, which they ain't. That is the first one done on the driver's side. We're now going to move to the passenger side and do the passenger side one before we move on to the coding these mirrors in. Okay, so now we're going to remove the passenger side door. I'm going to speed this part up because you guys know how to remove the door already. So we're going to go ahead and now release this trim so we can put on the other mirror. So then that way we can put the other mirror in, ready to complete the full retrofit and move on to the coding. So let's get this door card off. And that's the other mirror removed. Now time to put on the other power fold inside mirror. Now, if you don't have memory seats, you will have to make alterations to your wiring that goes to the mirror from the switch pack here. You'll have to take off 3 numbers to make a LIN number, so that way you can have the power fold mirrors on these side also. And that is the job done on the passenger side now as well. Okay guys, so as you'll see here, we've now got E-System loaded. I'm going to be coding in the power fold mirrors. I have to FA code it to the car. So we're going to go ahead here and connect and I am using my ICOM. It will be different for you if you use an Ethernet cable, but I am using an ICOM, so it's going to come up and I need to connect to my ICOM in order to be able to do this. So we are just going to go here and we're going to find the car, which will be F20 right here. I'm going to do it by series I-step shipment, which that's the latest version I'm on, which is the latest one and only one for the F20. So I'm just going to click connect, and you should see it connect, say connection established, and I'm encoding on the expert mode. So the reason I'm encoding is because I want to read the FA. Then we're going to go to the FA editor and then load it from there and change all the FA over. So we're just waiting for it all to connect, and as you see there, we've got connection established. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is just click read, and then we're going to do activate FA. So now you see FA is active. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to click save, and I'm going to do my FA, and I'm just going to put 2. Now we're going to go back here and go to FA editor. Now we're going to load it up, load up my FA2, open here. You'll see FA, you just click the drop down tab, then you want to come into here, FZ off rug, you want to go into type, seller per element. Then what we're going to do here is click here, and we're going to do new seller per element, and we're going to add 430, which is for power fold mirrors, and click OK, and that will load it all up there. Then we're going to click there, we'll make sure it's been added, which it is. Now we're going to click right here, save. So now we've saved that. So now what we're going to do is go back to coding, and we'll do yes. So we'll just load that here, make sure it's here in the coding options, which it should be because I've loaded it into here now, which it is. You can see it right there, 430. Now what we'll do is click read SVT. This is going to read all the modules. Now once we read all the modules, we're just going to click code the FEM, and then once we code the FEM, that will be enough to code in power fold mirrors. So as you'll see here, this is the FEM body. So what we'll do is we're just going to click code on that to code in the mirrors from the VO. So we'll just click code, and now it's going to code in to the FEM the options that we've VO coded. So while it does that, we'll just wait for it to code, and now that's done, we can click close. Now if we just click the power fold mirror button, we now have the power fold mirrors going up and down on them. That's driver and passenger, and now they're both done. So for you to see even closer how it does that, we just click that again, and if we do it again, they're both fully working and going up and down on the button. Okay guys, so as you see here, we're going to use BIMA code to just code the mirrors to fold on the key. It's very, very simple with BIMA code and very easy to do. You don't need to worry about going into the FDL coding and changing it like you do on eSystem. eSystem's just a lot longer to code it in. BIMA code loads it quickly. Go into the FEM and code the options you want. So I'm just going to use this to do it, and then I'll show you how it all works on the keys to close the mirrors when you actually lock the car. Now obviously you've seen they work on the button, but I don't want them just to work on the button. I want them to work from the key as well, so that way they go up all the time. So if you see here, we've now got it all loaded. Now we're just going to go into the front electronics module, which is the FEM, and we'll read out the coding data on that. This is where it reads out your VO and what options you have on your car to let you be able to customize and code the different things that you want on your car. So the FEM is the whole control module for this whole car. It overrides basically the FRM and the CAS module all into one in the FEM on these cars, and the same for the F30. On the F10 you will have the CAS FRM all together, but on the F20s and F30s it will just be the one FEM, which is more reliable than all of them put together. That being said, it holds everything, so we're going to code in folding mirrors now via the FEM. That way they can fold on the key, and this will be the last addition to the retrofit for coding this in, so we can get that done as well. And that's it guys for the retrofit on the F20. Okay guys, so as you'll see here, we've now got the FEM active and all the coding options from BIMA code. So there's a lot I'm going to be changing in the FEM itself. So the first one is the angel eyes brightness. I'm going to put them up to 100%. Now another one, I'm going to have a shut off iDrive when the door is open, because that's another thing I don't like it not doing. Auto start stop function by default. You've got the battery type there, brake force display. You've got the convenient open and convenient closing, daytime running lights. horn signal when locking the car with engine running, window lifter interruption when opening the door, headlight washers active, headlight cleaning time. We don't want any of that. LED conversion, daytime running lights, cornering lights deactivation. We even got a assigned value, basically the car has to be equipped with fog lights, which we don't have. We've got the rain light sensitivity, which we've got it on normal. We don't need to put it any sensitive. And then we've got fold, unfold mirrors automatically, which we're going to have here. We're going to put that on. Unfold mirrors with convenient open, fold mirrors with convenient closing, mirror folding speed threshold 20 kilometers an hour, mirror unfolding speed 40, automatic mirror tilt active, automatic mirror tilt value 70%, steering wheel paddles active. And then you've got everything else here as well. You've got your turn signals, flashing on, locking, and you've also got all your welcome lights as well on auto or 2, which mine's on auto. And then you've got all your wiper cycles. So that's all we needed to really come in for. I've managed to code quite a few options while I'm in here as well that I need to put back to normal. So we're just going to go ahead and click code, and then we're going to do start coding. Then it will start coding the FEM, so it can write all these values to the FEM, so we can then close the mirrors with the key. And as you see there, it's now writing the coding data, so we'll just leave it to do this thing. Then it'll finish the coding, and a good thing with Bimmer code, it will delete any error codes as well at the same time. As you see there, it clears all the errors, and now it's got everything coded in. Okay guys, so as you would have seen now, I've now completed the retrofit of the power fold mirrors on my BMW F20. And this is the same for all F series, providing you have memory seats and you've got the mirror that drops in reverse, which basically tilts. You'll be able to install power fold mirrors without an issue, without cutting any wiring, with just the simple coding. Now, it was a very, very straightforward swap for me to just switch them over. As you saw, there's no wires cutting, no nothing. All the wires were there already, 5 pins plugged straight up, and it was already good to go straight after the coding. I would suggest you to do this upgrade because it does make the cars a lot better. I personally done it because it's something I always see on the F20s, and it's something that should have been on these from the factory. It has made the car a lot better, and I love the convenience of having power fold mirrors. Now, as you would have seen as well, I have shown you how to actually code using eSystem, and that's the way I have been coding the cruise control and every option to my car with the retrofit. You guys can do exactly the same. eSystem is a free software. It's readily available for everybody over the internet. If you need it, you can easily get it. As you saw, VO coding took literally 5 minutes, and then coding the FEM took 5 minutes with eSystem also. You would have seen I used Bimmer code to code in the power fold mirrors on the key, which worked brilliantly, and now it's fully working. So if you guys do want to go ahead and do this retrofit, it's very, very simple. As you've seen there, it's just actually finding the mirrors. Now, the mirrors weren't cheap. I paid £550 for my 2, and they come off a low mileage M140i, but they fitted absolutely perfectly and they work amazingly with no issues. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you actually see now what I use for coding and how easy it is to actually VO code and do retrofits on these cars. So thank you very much for watching. This BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.